Oh, wow. The hell's going on today with this? What the fuck? Good afternoon, paper eating gang. What the fuck? All right, see, the cord of this microphone's trapped underneath all these trigonometry papers. This is not good. Pretty bad start to the stream because now I have to clean up in front of all of you. I'm so sorry. What is this? Oh, damn it. Son of a bitch. There we go. Here. There we go. And clean this up. This chapter 9 fucking chapter is on trigonometric identities and equations. Wait, that's just the first one. I already did this. Never mind. Wow, I don't even need this to be here. I can just put this in straight into the paper shredder. All right. Good morning to you too. No, morning. What time is it? 10:19. Good afternoon. No, good evening to you, Ian. Yeah, good evening to you too, Ian. Fucking. There you go. All right. Now, where's the paper? I think I shuffled it back into all the. Oh my god. Okay, so I have to find it again. I think this is it. Christ's sake. This is a significantly below average start to a paper stream. But don't worry, I'm sure the extremely engaging conversation will make up for it. So, all right. I'm just going to sit here, eat paper, and the engaging conversation will come by itself, okay? It's going to happen. What are my full thoughts on the reboot of Minion Pictures? I was not aware that that was a thing. That's what that was, right? Yeah. No, the thing is that that's where all these pictures of Woodrow Wilson came from, which may I remind you, he's only like half of a minion, so he barely even counts. But yeah, I am no longer assuming responsibility, so it is up to you, Caden, to keep this thing going, because I have no interest in continuing the project. It fulfilled its duty, and I might move on to other projects. I was considering doing Megamind Pictures, but to avoid things getting too repeated and gratuitous, I'm holding off on that for now until, I don't know, a couple years pass and everybody, gets really extra bored. I have a feeling that 2023 is going to be a really boring year, so I'm kind of just waiting for that to kind of sink in with everybody, and then I'll launch that second project. What are my favorite TV shows, old or new? Good question. Well, I'm gonna go with a solid, a solid 10 right now on Twilight Zone, which I'm sure everybody here should enjoy. I know Caden's into it, I think. And then, I mean, okay, when it comes to TV shows, I don't know if this is allowed, but if we're allowed to separate very clearly different sagas or eras of a particular TV show, because there's a certain point where if the longevity of a show kind of just grows long enough, right? If the longevity erection of a show kind of goes through the roof, yeah, then I'd say at that point, the beginning of the show and the current or the ending of the show can be so different that they can be considered completely different shows. So I will say the Simpsons, before they became really awful and not good, I will say that was one of the best shows out there. Just the pure level of quality and not just its iconic nature, which is a gimmick that they can write on for a little bit, but when we're talking about just how good the show was in terms of quality, yeah, I'd say it's up there. Okay. I was going to say that Woodrow Wilson could be Kevin because of his long ass face, but as Emerald said Teddy was Kevin last second. Hey, Lou, there's nothing wrong with correcting a woman, just because she says it doesn't mean she has to be right. After all, you are the admin, so Thoughts on Futurama? It gets surprisingly repetitive after they what was it? It was the one where Fry gets to the end of the no. Him and the professor time travel to the very, very ending of the universe, the edge of time in the universe. And then I don't know, Fry has his existential crisis and realizes nothing matters. It's like, what is it called? Like Fry of the Future or some shit like that. After that episode, everything just doesn't mean anything anymore. And they just make a bunch of episodes about, like, I don't know, how they captured Leela's ass cyst on YouTube, and there was and then interpolated into like a funny cat video, and then Fry has to apologize and all that. I mean, the show got kind of boring after that. I mean, it's not bad or anything. It's not like modern Simpsons where they just have to make a reference to Elon Musk or some stupid thing like that. I'm heavily considering whether or not to do a Homer Simpson impression for this. But oh my God, it's Elon Musk! It's like, yes, I am Elon Musk, and I am here to say that I love The Simpsons. It's a really funny show, and that's the whole joke of the scene. Yes, my Homer Simpson impression was absolutely top tier, but you get the idea. What's the best Cartoon Network show besides a regular show? Yeah, I'm sure my Homer Simpson impression sounded even better when I was lagging. You see, my YouTube browser doesn't give me any sort of notification about whether or not my network connection's unstable, so I'm not sure why they. All right. Well, I don't think Regular Show is the best Cartoon Network show. I'm not sure. Kate and I don't know how often you've been living in your mom's basement, but I mean that is a symptom of Regular Show fans, and it's not a bad show or anything. I'm just saying that the Regular Show fan base, I think they're overbearing, and I'll say this: it's all, especially in the era when the two were at their prime. Everybody wanted to play the Adventure Time versus Regular Show card, and I'm not sure. Kaden. I'm not sure why you wouldn't bring up Adventure Time, or why you wouldn't bring Adventure Time up in this conversation, because you know which one I'm going to say is the best, because it is the best. Congrats on 300. Yeah, Ian. I completely forgot. Yeah, I don't. I was going to make a 300 subscriber special, but I don't know. I didn't want to, so I just didn't. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll just do a delayed one. 306 subscriber special, or wherever it's at right now. I personally like Regular Show better. Oh, God damn it! What appeals to you, Ian? Huh? Bland color schemes, stories that are repetitive and the same thing. I mean, it's not a bad show. They Benson tells them to do a very boring, mundane task, and it turns up with them, I don't know, and ending up trying to give a lap job to Satan or something like that, some big, large scale thing. And it's really great. Actually, I need to keep watching the show, but there's only so many episodes where it can just go that way. I mean, with Adventure Time, you don't know what you're going to get. Every single episode is a complete wild card. I mean, sure, you could have an episode that's kind of goes along, some similar storyline like that, or you could have an episode where it's basically nothing happening and they're having a really engaging conversation. That's the whole episode. It's kind of like Star Trek: The Next. I know I'm bringing up Star Trek: The Next Generation, but if you've watched the show, it's a good show because, aside from the really bad special effects and all of the the unpaid actors running around in Sasquatch suits, those were the actual monsters in Star Trek back in the day. They were supposed to be really scary, and I'm sure they scared audiences back then, because no one back then would dress up in a Bigfoot suit. But by today's standards, it gets nothing but a laugh from my family. But I'll say this: story-wise, Star Trek and Adventure Time are really great, because with each episode, I'm sure everybody goes hog wild for formulas. That's why everybody likes Future as a rapper. That's why everybody I don't know. That's why everybody enjoys buying a bunch of factory goods, bottled water, stuff like that. There is a necessity in things being formulaic. But I'll say this: going into an episode and not knowing what you're going to get, that is something special. But they are both good shows, so you have something. I'm watching Breaking Bad right now, and it is pretty good. Right, I mean, that was another obvious one I was going to bring up, but I was just going to wait for someone else to bring it up for me, so that's good. Future is so astronomically mid. It's crazy. Yeah, at this point, I feel like, I mean, yeah, no. At least his album covers used to look kind of interesting, kind of cool. Like, he had one album cover that was like a burning flower, and that looked kind of cool. It's like, even if the music sounds boring, at least I can just look at an album cover and listen to it. But now it's just like, I don't know. He just takes a photo of himself sleeping, or him his next album cover is going to be him just jerking off, and that's going to be his next. That'll be more entertaining than the rest of his album covers, anyways. Actually, but yeah, it's like he's starting to slowly erase every single thing that made his music remotely interesting. There was a Mac Miller song from like 2012. It was like a jazz rap song, and Future was doing like jazz rap on top of it, and he actually sounded good. I forgot what the song's called, but you should look it up. Look up Mac Miller featuring Future. Just look that up. And I'm not even a big Mac Miller fan. It's just a good song. Regular Show is funnier and more accessible, and it's hard to just turn on one. It's hard to just turn on an episode of Adventure Time. Yeah, the thing about Adventure Time is that, especially at the beginning of the show, there were parts where it was so juvenile and so, I mean, it was a borderline toddler children's show because of just how overly cartoony it was, which has still remained true to some degree throughout the rest of the show. But the thing about Adventure Time that I like is, they do have that, but the idea is that at first it appears as just a pure children's show, and then the layers of skin get painfully peeled back, and you see more beneath the surface, and you see, oh yeah, actually Adventure Time has so many layers as a show, and there's so much depth to what it is, and those layers of depth end up making it one of the most interesting shows. There's very few shows that is anything remotely close to anything like it. But at the same time, I'd say my first impressions of Regular Show were a lot better, because it's like the closest thing that someone with as restrictive parents as mine could get to like watching an Adult Swim show without actually watching an Adult Swim show. And I mean, honestly, I really do appreciate that part of it. Adventure Time certainly doesn't have that. You know, it definitely doesn't have that stoner vibe to it, right? And plus, I mean, sometimes you need a little bit of negativity in your shows, and those scenes of Benson just yelling at the main characters and just spit flying out of his mouth. I mean, you never really get that in Adventure Time. So apples and oranges, I'll say, and one can be gratifying in a way that the other cannot. However, when it comes to artistic liberties, I'll say Adventure Time is takes all the cake, except they show hints of it in later seasons because I'll say this right now, I really don't like Steven Universe at all. It's definitely overrated, and it's only because of the political stuff. I think that people like it because but the thing is that this Rebecca Sugar lady, when she started taking over the show, because she wrote one good song for one good episode, the I Remember You episode. And after that episode happened, they had her just have more and more creative control over everything. And, who's Namoral Kanarki? Why? I swear to you, I did not remember making you mod. All right, whatever. I'm sure maybe Mr. Chair, I don't know, just passed along his torch to you. But whatever. Oh no, you're Mark Trovenon. Never mind. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, it's Mark. Never mind. Yeah, you just changed your name. You moved over to some other country. I get it. America stinks. After all, you were in CCA. It was a really, really bad representation of America's school system. But you didn't have to quit America just right then and there. But hey, whatever. I'm embracing your new identity, Namoral. And also because you don't want to get doxxed. Have you? Geesh. Well, I just said your name out loud in front of. Whatever. Your last name's really hard to get the spelling right, anyway, so that's fine. Now I'm a fugitive. Hey, don't worry. I've had people attempt to dox me, and sometimes it's worked. And I've just had lovely conversations and told them, hey, maybe you could actually, we could actually have a real friendship instead of you creeping around my house, wagging your dick around. So back in NK, that does not match the initials of any United State I know. So as far as I know, you got your passport checked out. Congratulations. Passports are a bitch and a half to get filled out. But yeah, okay, what was I saying? But yeah, you can see over time, they had Rebecca take on a lot more creative control over the thing, where Pendleton Ward was just kind of stepping away, and either Rebecca or people who were influenced by her started to take over. So it would be these constantly this like it would turn into like the end of Adventure Time. It's good. I really, really like it, but for a completely different reason than I did the earlier seasons, and probably for a weaker reason too, because what Adventure Time did is they pretty much did, an Avengers Infinity War before there was an Avengers Infinity War. And, I have pretty strong feelings on that because with the whole idea of Adventure Time from the very start, when I first started watching it, when I was, how old was I, man? I was like 8. Yeah, I was like 8 when I started watching the show when it first came out on Cartoon Network because I was staying in hotels at that time, and it was always on cable. And when I was around 8, I mean, that's a lot of time for a show to sink into your brain for you to get really invested. So for the show that I've been invested into for like it ended in 2018, so that's like a good 7 years. That's 7 years of just stringing my cock along, and it ends. And then I have this existential crisis at the end of the show, and I'm realizing, wait a minute, the show, the whole point of the show is that it's just a bunch of characters having fun and playing around, and occasionally they sparingly get into high scale, legitimately dangerous scenarios, but it only worked because they used them sparingly. And now it's like every single episode is some big fucking thing, some like I don't know. Finn's entire like left foot is replaced by a cupcake and something like that. I mean, it's in the typical Adventure Time style, but it's like there is this air of over seriousness to it. And from the very few episodes of Steven Universe that I have watched, that's what they do. They're very serious. It's like those. What was it? It's like those really over dramatic, high detail cartoons, not animes. I'm talking about like stuff like Teen Titans and stuff like that, which is they're good shows too, but it's like it's not exactly my bag, right? And what is it? You're saying, yeah, you don't like they work better when episodes do not connect to one another. That is exactly why I like Adventure Time, man, because each episode is its own little contained mini little storybook, and it has so many cute little details. And when you get past season 1 and how kind of borderline retarded that in first season was. Things get are like really interesting and nuanced, but also very silly and stupid. If they just nail that perfectly, it's just everything that I want in a TV show. I'm on my 13th rewatch of the entire show the whole way through. And for my first 3 years of watching the show, I just put all the episodes in a number randomizer and I'd shuffle it all up. So I've been watching the show in order properly only for just the last good handful of years, and I'm having a ball. Okay, what's the bottom comment? I have not been reading this. It makes so much sense that you like Uncle Grandpa. Do you ever watch SpongeBob? Yeah, I spent like a total of $60 buying the first 3 seasons on Amazon, and then it became Prime, and I didn't get my money back. Biggest waste of money. In fact, that left such a sour taste in my mouth. I haven't gone back to it since. I didn't even make it to that banned episode or whatever that everyone likes to talk about. Well, I'll get to it eventually. Uncle Grandpa. Yeah. So what Uncle Grandpa is to me is a show with interesting animation, but it takes like the parts of it, the early seasons of Adventure Time where things were just so like kind of dumb to the point where I'm just kind of going, wait a minute, why am I a grown man and why am I watching this? That's the entirety of Uncle Grandpa. There, that it's like Adventure Time, but without the parts that made it interesting or good. I it's nothing wrong with the show. I like the complete, constantly disinterested green dinosaur character. That's my favorite. So, the SpongeBob movie is my favorite. When I was in Texas, I would watch that. I had a babysitter, and she would put it on repeatedly all the time, in a in her house with her friend, and yeah, I remember it. I all I remember is I was really scared by the scene where the live action guy became really wrinkly and they just left him. I'm sure there's a part of the movie that I'm misremembering, but from what I remember, they just like SpongeBob and Patrick left that poor fucker to die, and he tried to help them out, and he became all wrinkly. I thought that he just died. It scared me, but no, I'm sure he's fine. He just I don't know. He just took a towel and then he dried off, and he's fine now. But I want to watch Uncle Grandpa on psychedelics. It'll be a very fun time. Caden, you would lose half your weight. I'm telling you. I'm sure. Like Uncle Grandpa's already. It's already. I feel like whenever I'm watching Uncle Grandpa, it's like the feeling of It's like when you have to. It's when you're a little too old to be in Gymboree, but your mom just kind of slaps you in there because you're at your age limit, and you just have to stay there for a good like 3 hours, and you don't want to be there. That's what Uncle Grandpa reminds me of. The difference is there's a quit button. I can just press escape. I'm exaggerating, of course. Uncle Grandpa's not that bad. It's not a bad show, but yeah, no, I'd say Uncle Grandpa and Steven Universe are opposite shows, but I like them equally because I don't really like either of them. But think about it, they're complete polar opposites, so that's kind of interesting to think about. I have watched about 2 episodes of both, so. Brian, you should really give W Cuck another try. They are very. What's a W Cuck? Did I miss something? Because I feel like you've probably told me about this. Oh, it's that sketch show, The Whitest Kids You Know. Okay, I get it. Okay, what did Colin text me? Well, maybe Kurt Cobain would be alive if he took his lithium. Okay, that is not very productive for my paper stream. Get that out of here. All right, thank you. Yeah, no, don't worry, I got it. I wasn't even. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. Mark really likes that show too. Maybe that I'll grape your kids or whatever that skit was. Maybe that was just a bad representation of the show, because I mentioned it to my dad, and my dad likes the show too. Apparently he watched the show when it aired in the 90s. So maybe I need to become more humorously nuanced. But R.I.P. to that one guy. What did one of the white kids who I know die? I'll have to look it up later, but I am almost halfway through the paper. Or early 2000s, whatever. Early 2000s and the 90s visually are indistinguishable. Okay. These people keep texting me. I'm going to put this on top of this cardboard magic box. Get that out of here. All right. Abjay Negi Reggae. Very good name, by the way. And Mrs. Raccoon. Okay, all you guys need to calm down, okay? I'm going to read one new viewer at a time. Hey, bro, you're really eating paper? Or am I just studying? Well, you could say that I'm helping you study on how to develop a pica disorder. Just kidding. No, do not do that. Do not eat paper. Don't do what I do, because if you don't moderate properly, I will be probably liable for someone just rupturing their intestines. But I really am eating paper, and you know, hours upon hours of footage on this series can verify that. So keep note. There's no cheating. All right, it's in my mouth right now, and there you go. It's gone. Easy. I used to do that after every stream back in the day when I wanted to make absolute sure that everybody knew that I was not a big fat lying cheater. So, all right. And Miss Raccoon, if you're Abjay's wife, I congratulate Abjay, because you got a good steal, man. Miss Raccoon, you are a very lovely lady. So, hello to you. All right, he's eating paper. Welcome to the stream. It's good. I'm glad that my viewers are very welcoming to newcomers. All right, a lot of fan bases, they like to play the clicky college frat game. Not this guy, and not this guy's fan base. No. OMG, why are you doing this? Okay, so I get asked these questions a lot, and I'm sure a lot of the people a lot of the regulars on the stream have heard this before, but this is necessary to explain. So this is part of a test, not just to, of course, my viewers to see how many streams they can click on and retain their sanity, but also me to see how much I can endure the paper. But not just that, it's to test out the limits of my body's ability to adapt. So you know why we got here, right? You're surrounded by computers. I mean, you're on a screen right now. You probably have a mother who loves you. You're surrounded by shelter, a roof. If you live in India, then you might not have a roof, but I'm saying you have most of your walls, but you're surrounded by society, a booming society, and that's indicative of the human race prospering. Why does the human race prosper? Well, I'll tell you, I am a classical Darwinist, and the answer is adaptation. We adapt. And our bodies, we are adaptational sponges. We are just giant flesh and blood, silly putty meat bags of chameleon nature. So what I'm saying is we can adapt to nearly anything. It just has to be applied with moderation over time, right? The thing that we're susceptible to is too much all at once. That's the idea. So if I were to eat, too many carrots all at once, it is scientifically proven that if you take too much beta carotene in, then your liver will fail and you'll die. So for paper, the scientific lethal dosage is 1017. So we're not getting up to there. What I'm doing is I am slowly intaking bits of it to gain an immunity to it. Like, say, if someone were to capture me and try to kill me by shoving, I don't know, just repeated slabs of paper in my mouth. Just, I don't know, a good 7 sheets, which wouldn't kill me, but it would incapacitate me. Where I would be incapacitated before, now because of this series and my practice and me slowly, incrementally building my body up, I would instead be unfazed. So, I mean, the off chance that would happen, it's pretty big. I mean, there's a lot of people out there with plots to, kill me using different substances. But I'd say the real reason why I'm doing this is, I'd say, to give myself a thing to wake up for each morning. And obviously now I'm in a stage of my life where there's a lot of things to wake up for, but I have this as a safety net, a security measure, where this is a thing that I'm required to do. Sometimes it feels like a chore. Sometimes I straight up don't want to do it, but I have to do it anyways. Even if I forget to stream, I have to pre-record a video, and I have to hope that my cellular data isn't shit enough to the point where it'll upload in 140p and you won't be able to see the paper because the entire video will be 1 pixel. That does happen because my network in my house is terrible. So it's like, that's actually more effort than doing a stream. So this is the path of least resistance for me, in case you guys don't know. That's a fun fact of the day. But it's a commitment. But sometimes, just like the rest of life, sometimes commitments can turn into recreation. And if I always set my expectations astronomically low for these streams, and when good things happen, I am always surprised. So that's why it's another reason why I always choose to think of it like a chore, because I think it's just important for me to set the type of expectation. I already made a big speech about setting expectations, so go back to whatever day that was on. But I'm getting you. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're very willing to listen. You definitely. I can't see your profile picture very well, but one thing I do know is that if I were to see it, I would see very, very big ears on you, because you are a good listener. How old am I? I am 19 3/4. Oh, drop my paper on the table. I'm gonna be 20 soon. What the frick? That didn't make no sense. What are you even talking about? I already explained this like verbatim in the stream before. You know how human bodies adapt, right? If you incrementally eat amounts of paper, you build up an immunity to paper. Also makes your body stronger in the process. Also, he's 7.5. Don't worry, he's mature for his age. Yeah, I mean the thing is that I'm trying to like not get slammed by YouTube because I'm not allowed to lie about my age. So I need to lie about my age on here and also on my YouTube forum. So you guys are all fucking this up. I don't know why you guys choose to sabotage me like this, but yeah, no, I hit a growth spurt really early, and you see these wrinkles? That's right. I'm ahead of my time. You're 19 too? Really? Okay, well, my computer's resolution's really bad, but you do look like you're in your mid-30s. That's just because you have, like, that. I can make out some glasses, and I just assume that all old people wear glasses, so sorry for assuming. Not you, Brian. I was talking to myself. That's good. I also love typing out the exact same thing I say to myself whenever I talk to myself. You and I, we're one and the same. That's good. Hey, I do like your artistic usage of emojis. I've been throughout my life, especially from my mom, I've been dealing with lots of lowbrow, lowest hanging fruit emojis from people. So, okay, that's my time. There we go. All right, this is the second to last piece. You cute. Okay, I'm gonna assume that this is a robot because clearly the facial ID software is not working. But thank you. Yeah, thanks, Miss Raccoon. Whenever a user has an emoji in their name, I immediately don't trust it. But you know what? Whatever. I am gonna be completely impartial, and because I respect all of my viewers, robot or non-robot, bought exactly the same. So you know what? I love you too. And based off the 2 pixels that are your profile picture on my computer right now, I think your facial features are pretty proportionate too. God, what's my record for amount of viewers? That would probably be the Online Interaction Chamber episode 1, if I do remember correctly. That or day 200, because day 200 in the thumbnail I had a suit and tie on, and everybody was they were just getting a full blown erection, just waiting to watch that one. Because oh my god, he has a suit and tie. What's next? He has a butler for this one. That'd be really cool, actually. For day 400, I should hire just some like guy with a comb over to hand me my piece of paper on a platter. Oh, I have to make him British too. YouTube has so many new emojis. Yeah, what the fuck are these? What is that? A whale? That's not a whale. That's supposed to just be a person, but they're making them colored. It's like the Inside Out characters. What in the hell is this? Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, Miss Raccoon. Okay, so Miss Raccoon is either. Robots are getting more and more advanced. So either she's a real person or a really, really well-developed AI. Well, I congratulate your developer, or I congratulate you for being a real person and engaging in reciprocal conversation, which is good. Okay, what's that? Red bald guy. Purple guy. What is with this colored stuff? It just, especially on my computer, it doesn't look like anything. On YouTube live chat, they're gonna always be really small, so you're not gonna know what the fuck they are. Crying lumpy orange guy. What is that green one? I don't even know what that's supposed to be. It's just guy holding up hand. All these suck. All right, hello. Yes, hello, Dom. Okay. I'm trying to just like figure out why you. The one with the veiny eyeballs was really good. Thanks, YouTube. It's the best update YouTube ever did. Ever since the what is it? YouTube Heroes in 2016. Ever since that was the start of YouTube's decline. That's when they became garbage. But I don't think they made a single good business decision since then. Like even disabling or getting rid of what is it? YouTube Rewind, like that was a big misstep. But I'll say that these new emojis, I'd say that's their best decision they've made so far in a long time. I have a good voice. Go for a properly themed YouTube channel. I will get good heat for sure. As if eating paper isn't a proper theme. But yeah, I'll make sure to, I don't know, I'll make sure to get on radio when this paper thing gets taken down for inciting a bunch of people to eat paper and die of pulp poisoning. My girlfriend and I are watching the stream as the two of you should. Okay, so over the really romantic backdrop of me gulping down this particular piece of paper, the two of you kiss right now. That's right. It's getting steamy up in here. Also, removing the dislike button. Yeah, don't even get me started on that. Shit sucks. There is a Chrome extension you can download that will reveal all dislikes on videos. So Justin Bieber's YouTube videos can finally be fully enjoyed. Not that that affects me. I mean, I can see in YouTube Studio, and I'll say this. I'm really happy that once every 5 streams, I assume it's maybe Eli, or it might just be a person who's sensible enough to go, wow, eating paper. What the fuck's wrong with this person? Dislikes the video, and I always want to know, like, whenever I stream, I'm going, is this going to be the day where someone's going to dislike the video? Oh, excuse me. All right. I have to be near Flying Lotus Girl tomorrow, and I'm getting pretty nervous. Right. You're saying in school. Well, just talk about how much you like Cosmogramma, and then just if you want to rent. Okay, so I have rent-a-vinyls. As long as you do not damage them, I will let you have them for $20 a day. If you take it from me, just bring your Cosmogramma album, and then when the teacher says it's time for show and tell, whip it out, and then you know what else will be whipped out? That's right. She will whip out her boobs. I'm just kidding. That's not going to happen. She is going to flutter her eyebrows romantically, because then she'll realize that she, without even knowing it, has been hanging around a guy with good taste. So what you do, bring that. You'll have to probably drive an hour all the way over to my house. You know what? Just take a picture. Just take a picture. Here, just I'll send you a picture of my Cosmogramma vinyl, and then you'll pretend like it's your. Oh, she won't believe that. And I'm not gonna. Okay, I could write property of Ian in Sharpie on the vinyl, but then I'll permanently deface the entire vinyl forever, and my handwriting looks really bad, so it's not gonna even. Ah, damn it, we really are in a pickle. Just talk about how you like Flying Lotus. It's not that hard. Bangladeshi, really, I don't look like them. I can't speak on that because your profile picture, it's like 3 pixels on my computer right now. But she told me some other shit was better. Wait, so you're saying that she's no longer Flying Lotus Girl, or are you saying that better than Cosmogramma? Because what is she saying, that Flamagra is better? Fucking get out of here. She is not Flying Lotus Girl. She's a damn sham. That's what she thinks. Flamagra better than Cosmogramma. Get out of here. Oh, did I rate the day yet? Shit, yeah, I forgot. Hold on. 8.5. Actually got some progress in school, if you can believe it. Yeah, by the way, Dom, that music homework that I did, apparently it shows if you cheated like that the way I did. So I thought I was screwed, but I had already handed it in. So I decided to honestly, properly work on the assignments. But then I realized it was past the due date, and I thought they let me just submit stuff late because my English class does. But I guess I did not brush up on the syllabus properly because it does not, and I was just locked out permanently. And I've been emailing Miss Ponte; she is not budging. However, the one assignment that I handed in where I cheated, she didn't even give 2 fucks. She looked over it and gave it 100, even though it clearly said on there that the settings were adjusted. And I, yeah. So I don't know why she didn't look over that, but I could have possibly handed in every single music assignment, just the easy way, the extra super duper easy way, and she might not have cared, and she might have given me 100. So, yeah, she did say Flamagra was better. What in the fuck? Yeah, Dom, I need your thoughts on that, and I need Cadence. I need everybody. All these 2 Indian people. I need your thoughts on these 2. It doesn't matter if you haven't heard it. Just pretend that you know what I'm talking about, and tell me that I'm right, and tell me that this bitch is wrong. Your mom has gone international. Yeah, I know. Thanks, YouTube. This is your new emojis, and mass recommending my streams to random people in India. Best thing you've done in years. Thank you. Yeah, you see, Flying Lotus Girl, people are on my side. So I think what's going to be happening is you're going to have to adjust your opinions, or else, I don't know, I'm going to have to adjust them for you. You see, in 10 years, people are going to just interpret that as, I don't know how PC culture is going to be 10 years from now. Some people are going to be like, Brian threatens to adjust girl's opinion unconsensually, arrested. Yes, no, of course, I was totally serious. Common Flying Lotus Girl now. Caden, you said that right. All right, and I'll give it to you, Caden. With that take, you've made me realize that you've become a lot better at interacting with people on the internet since I first met you. So Things just keep getting better. This is the last piece, by the way. He only likes music with lyrics. Well, sometimes the music can be the lyrics. Like, what do you have to like be reading? And I mean, do you have to treat your music like reading an audiobook every single time you listen? Sometimes you just gotta focus on the sounds. I'm only listening to like 2 songs of Flamagra. They're just the whole idea. Like Flamagra is like the Watch Mojo of albums, where it's just a bunch of shit. It's like just a bunch of random shit. He's just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like a lot of it's so bare bones. Like really, that made the final cut. But there are some songs that are legitimately good. It's like he just needs to refine his albums a lot more, especially now. Yeah. But whatever. Okay, bro. Bye. I really got a lot of work to get. Until next time, subscribed. Hell yeah. You get the purple heart of the day. All right. Favorite viewer of the day. So hey, I'll see you on the next stream, and I will not be as tired and I'll be able to actually answer good questions next time. What do you think, Aphex Twin? I think they have album covers that I could probably sneak into Raina's room, put a poster up on her wall. She'll wake up and probably scar her for life. So I just need to get a better toner for my printer. Then I'll be able to, get everything sorted out, and I'll be able to, give those emotional scars that I've always wanted to give as an older brother. He is now in the Content Fan Hall of Fame. Damn right, Caden. And on that kind of middle of the road note, not the far from the best stream, but not the worst. I will funny little meme. Thank you, Mark. And by the way, in case you don't know, just go onto my followed list on Instagram and look up Caden, and DM him and ask him about music. All right, I think the two of you, based off what I've seen so far, the two of you would really connect over music. The two of you would become good friends. So just obviously don't have Caden dox you or whatever he's gonna do, because Caden, he can do that sometimes. Just be careful. But hey, talk about music. All right, the two of you will really connect. So. I will see you fellas later. This was day 369. I will see you all on the next paper eating adventure. That will be day 370. So Caden's music taste. You guys are completely ruining my pitch. Come on, Mark, don't ignore Ian, all right? I have no opinion on Caden's music taste right now. I am just professionally telling you right now to talk to Caden, all right? That was day 369. I did it. Next day, I already got to that part. And then I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. Goodbye. All right, next one. I promise I won't be as tired next time.